Okay, so the Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra. Let's talk about what to expect of this upcoming Samsung Galaxy flagship tablet if you happen to just be interested in this tablet or if you are a potential buyer for this upcoming tablet. Let's go ahead and jump in. Now, the first thing to expect is not to expect that you will automatically get your hands on this tablet. Now, we know what happened. There's been shortages, delays with Samsung. A whole rack of things happened that have been pushing all of these devices to be dropped at a later time. And in the case of the Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra, one of the most recent leaks that we've seen is that Samsung will only be making about 400,000 units of this tablet and will not be covering all of the regions where Samsung does business. Now, what this means is that don't just assume that you will get a copy of this guy because it's not confirmed that it will drop in your specific region. It may end up being something like what we've seen with the Xiaomi tablet, the Mi Pad 5 and the Mi Pad 5 Pro, where the Mi Pad 5 Pro remained on mainland China while the Mi Pad 5 went global but still didn't cover all of the regions. So we may very well have a scenario like that, which then implies that if you really want this tablet and it doesn't drop in your region, you may just have to do what I did in order to get the Mi Pad 5 Pro, where I had to pay extra in order to get it shipped out of a region, from a region where the tablet actually dropped that. So if it doesn't drop in your region, you might have to pay extra. If you really, really want this tablet, you might end up having to pay extra in order to get a copy of this tablet. Now, the next thing to expect here is the release date to be, I'm going to say, first quarter of 2022, right? So we are all hoping for January. It looks like it may actually drop in February. And I tell you what, here's a quick breakdown. If you may know this already, that the Samsung Galaxy S21 FE has been delayed and is now set to drop in January. And I believe it's supposed to be announced on January 4th. According to some of the most recent leaks, January 4th. And the Galaxy S22 is set to be announced on February 8th. I have faith in Samsung when it comes down to dropping multiple devices, right? So it's not like Apple where they're very consistent with just like a few devices and they stay fairly consistent. We know that Samsung is used to just dropping devices after devices. It might just be something where they announce the S22, they also do the S8 lineup and drop that in February. Either way, it's supposed to drop within that first quarter. So if you are going to be in the market for the Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra, it should drop around that time. So just get ready. Again, as I mentioned, it's not something that you should just automatically assume that you will be able to get your hands on. So they should be covering just a few markets. And because of the limited supply, it might be something where they might even run out. Who knows? I'm not sure how popular this tablet is going to be, but I know I'm definitely going after one. So I'm very much looking forward to that. And of course, if you're not able to get your hands on that, you can always grab the Galaxy Tab S8 Plus. They should be making about 900,000 units of that one and 1.2 million of the regular Galaxy Tab S8. For those who didn't buy the Galaxy Tab S7, as I encourage to do. And by the way, if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to hit both the like and the subscribe button there. I truly appreciate that. But anyway, the next thing to expect here is the platform. What platform is the Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra going to be boasting? Now, there's been a lot of back and forth. We know as of now that the regular Tab S8 and the Tab S8 Plus will be pushing the Snapdragon 898. As far as the Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra, there's been a lot of back and forth. First it was the Snapdragon 898, then it became the Exynos 2200 with, AMD graphics, then it switched back to the 898. As of now, it seems like, per the leaks, that dropped in November showing some Geekbench score, it seems like the S8 Ultra will be pushing a Snapdragon 898. But there is still a chance that they do what they used to do with the Galaxy Note, with the Samsung Galaxy Note, where they would drop one with a Snapdragon and do one with an Exynos. So there are chances that depending on the region where they're dropping this particular tablet, some regions may again, it's very possible. I'm not saying that it's confirmed, but there are a couple leaks that are saying that some regions may get the Exynos 2200 with AMD graphics, while others get the Snapdragon 898. And of course, there are other leaks that are just saying it's going to be straight up Snapdragon 898, whereas others are saying it's going to be the Exynos 2200. Who knows? We're just going to have to wait until Samsung confirms this. But either way, it's going to be a very powerful tablet. And some people are looking up to this upcoming tablet as a full laptop replacement, while others look at it as the true competitor of the M1 iPad Pro. Now, I'm not saying that it's going to go toe-to-toe with the M1 chip that you have on the M1 iPad Pro here, but the S8 Ultra is said to be a very, very powerful tablet, and I really just can't wait to see it perform. It will be just massive. In case you didn't know, it's going to be a 14.6 inches tablet, so much larger than this guy here, which is already very, very large. I could barely palm it with, one hand. And, to artists, people who, I really see artists very much benefiting from that 14.6 inches. So if you're an artist and you're looking for something powerful, plus that AMD graphic, well, assuming it's going to be the Exynos 2200 or even the 898 has shown to already perform very well. If you're an artist, that will be the tablet to go for sure. And you imagine that S Pen at the time when it drops, it's going to be the most modern S Pen ever made by Samsung. It's set to have a base storage of 128 gigs. It's going to start at 128 gigs for that internal storage, and you will have 8 gigs of RAM, and you have a choice between that and the next tier is going to be 512 gigs with 12 gigs of RAM, which is, yeah, that is really up there. If you know that you need something to be highly productive, you're going to be doing a ton of things at the same time, then you would have to go for that 512 with 12 gigs of RAM. Of course, one of the biggest appeals besides that 14.6 inches is just going to be how thin this tablet is going to be. It's going to be extremely thin. We're going to have a little notch, and some people seem to hate that. We're going to have a little notch, but it is functional. It has a purpose. It's not just a notch to, just for the look, because we have a new camera, a new lens added to that front facing camera, right? So the typical, the typical 8 megapixel that we have now is accompanied by a 5 megapixel camera, an ultra wide, 5 megapixel. And on the back, of course, you will have the same old 5 and 13 megapixel for the main camera. It's going to have a massive battery to match that tablet size. I very much look forward to this tablet. And of course, I completely understand why it's been delayed. This is a brand new tablet. You have to understand that Samsung is literally making a brand new tablet, making brand new components, for this upcoming tablet. And I'm saying this as opposed to the regular Galaxy Tab S8 and Tab S8 Plus, which are sharing, which are just awfully close to what we have here. We currently have with the Galaxy Tab S7 and the Tab S7 Plus, right? So what is the display? It's pretty much the same display, kind of the same stuff. They kind of just repackage it and just add a few more things, change the chipset, and then you are good to go. Whereas the S8 Ultra is a brand new tablet, with brand new parts, right? So that only explains why they're only making the small amount, given the shortages that were caused by So it's completely understandable that we are just now coming close to, the release date of this guy. But anyway, let me know what your questions. What do you think of the Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra? Is something that you are going to be going after? I'm going to catch you in the comment section like I always do. I'm also going to catch you in the next video. Also, please make sure to like, subscribe, and also share the video. I'm going to catch you in the next video as I mentioned. And up until then, as always, stay safe out there.